Welcome on in, gather round gang, it's time for some more Total War Warhammer 3. We are back with another legendary early game guide, this time with Kairos Fate Weaver and his oracles of Tzeentch. Tzeentch is what I would consider to be the most difficult of these starts for the four mono-god factions, and so we are going to dive on into the two-headed chicken who sees both the future and the past at the same time and yet is blind to the present. Will that doom us, perhaps? So I have gone ahead and turned off all of the DLC for Tzeentch. That includes Shadows of Change and the Champions of Chaos. So we'll be playing with all of the base game Tzeentch units, which is going to be quite interesting. If you all have been enjoying these legendary early game guides, please do remember to leave a like for the like god, a sub for the sub thon, and even hit that hype button. It helps the channel out, and I appreciate it a ton. That being said, let's get into what makes Tzeentch Tzeentch. So we have a starting army of 3 blue horrors of Tzeentch. These are basically javelin men that are blue raspberry yogurt balls. They're just fine. We got some pink horrors of Tzeentch, which are still low range, but are at least more of an archer style unit that can fare decently well in combat with alright melee stats. We've got some Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, which are excellent high armor and barrier as we keep them alive in a lot of cases. And then we've got Chaos Furies of Tzeentch, which I've always just considered flying Happy Meals for our opponents, but we will make the use of them because most of our starting opponents have a ton of very fast archers for us to round up, and Chaos Furies are great at that. We also have the Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch, which is an absolute monster. It has warp flame attacks, so it'll increase enemies' weakness to fire damage, so they get more flame damage, and they lose armor too, which is fantastic. But you're fairly low overall armor piercing. Let's see if it'll... There we go. Fairly low armor piercing damage, that is the pink horrors. Even the Exalted Pinks only, I think, have like 7 or 8. Let's see if it'll show us. Unit of Spell Browser. Which the Exalted Pinks do indeed have 8 armor piercing damage, which even their elites are not very armor piercing. You need that warp flame, and you need other ways of dropping armor, which we can get to with Kairos himself. These guys are also excellent because their missile attack, while doing also 1.1 thousand damage, will drop down little vortices that swirl around and deal even more death. They are fantastic. To help us on our quest, we are going to be gaining extra experience for all of our lords. Battle reinforcement time has been reduced by half, which is amazing. Heroes are going to be more successful. Construction time for all buildings has been dropped by 33%. Kairos himself can kind of build up his own lore of magic out of all of the base 8 wins and then lore of Tzeentch. So you can really set him up for whatever battle scenario needs at that point in time. If you're fighting Oxyl and he has a whole bunch of big, heavily armored dinos, you can set up with a bunch of spells that drop armor and deal single target damage. If you're fighting the elves and all their archers, you can worry about vortex spells to delete those blobs of archers, and then things that might even increase your own range for your missile troops. Either way, you can set him up with some great stuff. All of his spells are going to have less cooldown naturally. He has less barrier replenishment delay for his entire army, so their barrier will recharge faster, or at least it'll wait less time before it starts to recharge, similar to your shield and like Halo. Good stuff. And also we have ambushed fits chance plus 50% to try to keep us alive from the skinks in the area. We of course are playing on Legendary very hard with the good old AI stats modifier set to neutral. That's our campaign. Let's get to beating it.
We have scoured the path, foreseen the future. The present belongs to Tzeentch.
It does indeed, unless things go very horribly, and then the present belongs to likely these elves. Yes, our path of glory, we shall be making use of the depthless arcane knowledge using our fragments of sorcery to construct unique spell lores. Gather up books to do horrible things to other people. We'll teleport to get instant and free ambush attacks as long as we have the winds of magic to actually teleport. And then we will ensure the spread of Tzeentch corruption to win. Yes indeed, the holy game, or the unholy game.
His gaze.
Kairos begins with a cultist, and ours is discipline, so extra leadership and melee attack for everyone in the army, which is not too terrible.
Demagogue.
He's not going to have his war shrine here just because we don't have the Champions of Chaos DLC, so they'll always be up on a Chaos Steed and no more. So they're good, but they're not as good as they could be, right? We're going to go ahead and immediately grab his unholy manifestation, because for Tzeentch you have to be in enemy territory, which we are not going to be for very long. We'll lose a bit of wins, 7 per turn exactly, but we will then gain 125 grimoires per turn, and then when it's done, for 5 turns, we'll gain more grimoires post-battle. Fantastic to get up and running right away. And of course, we will mention that in your legendary campaigns, you are always going to have, at base, 8 less public order, which for your demonic factions isn't as big a deal because they have all sorts of ways to kind of increase control at base. And then you also have, you also have less leadership by 4. I don't know if it's showing it here.
A puzzle inside.
It is not. It will in the battlefield, though. We have less leadership by 4 since this is a legendary campaign. We'll start off immediately by charging into Pinchai. Let's set up some technology research. Let's go for the locus of transmogrification and make sure all of our blue horrors and pink horrors have a little bit higher rank, because we'll be replacing them quite often.
Cry out for
Then we're going to swap to the channeling stance. Hopefully pick up some traits or some followers for being in channeling while we win this battle. Nurgle is not good at fighting Tzeentch, but you can still lose some troops here just due to the Plague Toads being fairly tanky, and good old Pinchai here having a Spirit Leech to zap your 4-eyed, glasses-wearing, glass-jawed wizards. Let's do this. Alright, we're deployed, and one of the things you will want to take note of and keep in consideration when playing at least base game Tzeentch is that all of your units are going to have extremely low armor and low range, but pretty high missile strength. So when it comes to positioning, you want to be very aggressive with your missile troops, which is going to be the bulk of all your armies. So the plan is here, we're going to have them advance a bit, take this hillside, and we want to kind of layer up fire as much as possible. So that we're going to have the Exalted Flamer go bother those toads. Both of these are going to give us Warp Flame, which is quite nice. We'll send the Furies over to absorb some Spirit Leech. Throw some Blue Fire, which is one of the scariest spells in the entire game. Fall back a bit there, brother. Good damage. Pinchai should start throwing Spirit Leeches quite soon. We'll turn and launch at these Plague Toads. Just take the high ground. Attack the Toads all as one. There's the Spirit Leech I was looking for. If we lose Furies, that is entirely fine by me. Kairos has good health, but like the rest of your greater demons of Tzeentch, or at least all of your heroes of Tzeentch, really bad melee stats. Which is probably to be expected. Get some sass to their leader real quick. Torch these Nurglings, we'll send in the Knights.
the schemer calls.
Really good damage on your Tzeentchian units. If they're stacked up around your cultists, they are going to take extra damage from all those missiles. And then in an effort to keep our troops alive, we will simply bring in the rest into melee to go stab Pinchai here. Which will actually work out pretty well. So that's your first battle. Chickens 1, the Sewer Boys 0. Good old first leg sweep for the bubonic swarm. The other good thing that's so good, amazing about Tzeentch is their barrier that is going to replenish even faster due to being Kairos. So you have an opportunity to let that replenishing health bar you have take damage and not take damage to your actual units, which is just crazy strong. Won't work out that way when we're fighting the elves. Their arrows are fairly accurate and plink through barrier pretty quickly. Legendary, you don't want to auto-resolve any of your early battles, and if you're auto-resolving your early battles, I'm not really sure what you're doing here anyway. Alright, battle 2, just as easy as the first one, we just are lacking in toads this time. There's a few more lads to shoot at. We'll do something like this. Send the knights all the way across so they can charge downhill. And everyone else just get to the very tippity top of the hillside here.
Many eyes shall see.
Blue fire. Wait, we can already change Kairos' magic line if we so chose. I'm just not thinking we need to right now.
Wings spread.
Kairos, drop in. We'll bring the Furies round. You come on back.
Yes.
It's got the overcast pink fire. That should do nicely. You help Kairos. Third and give him a blast. Overcast pink folly here seems pretty dang nice. Bring pink folly, pink fire.
For the changer of ways.
Just want to make sure your blue horrors are not shooting the way that your knights and your furies are at. Torch their captain. We might take a casualty or two here, but hopefully not. Arrows drop right on down. No problem. And that's how fighting Nurgle's gonna go. Another battle with 0 losses. How fantastic. We don't want to damage anything here. Our troops are expensive enough. We need to capture the Abyssal Glacier, and we shall indeed. Then we're gonna grab ourselves another Lord. Their job is not going to be to recruit any troops whatsoever. Their job is going to be to travel with Kairos.
Marvelous. Magical.
And just build up some experience. Try to get up to a big bird level skills here. And for Kairos, I do tend to like to give him the accursed horrors to buff up our all of our horror units. We're going to have an absolute ton of them. Spread corruption and increased mobility for our cultists because they're not going to be our main spellcaster. And then you got your fragments of sorcery here, where depending on which category of spell, you can just switch that out with any of the main lores. We go for a spirit leech even if we want. I think blue fire is way better, so we're not going to. But in terms of pink fire, I'm going to remove that. For, ooh, good. What do we want to remove that for? Probably Faw's protection. Armor and melee defense will be something that's extremely useful against the forces of, well, both Nurgle and the elves eventually. Kairos. Furies. We want 4 Furies total. Let's go one of each. But we do want about 4 Furies total, that way we can actually disrupt backlines. They're not going to be that useful against Nurgle. But against the elves and the lizards, as I've already said ad nauseum, they're going to be fantastic. And we'll go for growth and income. Our first changing of the ways is going to be to give this settlement to ourselves once the elves claim it. Then we're going to sell it back to Sarthoriel. It will slow the elves by at least a little bit, and allow us to conquer this entire province and get back over here before they really get much else going on, which is awesome. We also have a couple of cults, and I tend to just grab the branching plans for grimoires, and then the higher the wins, the more grimoires we get. And I'm keen on spending the 2,000 in both here. Tzeentch is going to hopefully help build up the wins of magic there as well, that we can get 30 grimoires a turn from both. For your victory conditions, your goals are to take down Zlotland, the order of the Allure Masters, and the Last Defenders. This faction gets knocked out naturally by Wurzag, and I would probably replace them with Oxyl. So we're going to want to kill the elves first, and then we are going to bushwhack on over here to kill Oxyl before he's able to build up much. And then from there, we have a very nice base of operations to decide where to go from there, which is take down the Last Defenders, should they still be around. On turn 2, you'll notice the elves have claimed Dawn's Light, and they think themselves clever. We'll just walk over this way with Kairos. Should be able to get ourselves some pink horrors too, which is incredible. We'll grab 2 of them. Then Aether Nail, you were just going to run alongside.
pink feet we move.
On pink feet we move, and then we come on into the Changing of the Ways and say, transfer this settlement to us, the Oracles of Tzeentch. We're not at war with them. Dawn's Light is mine now, Teclis, and you shan't be able to do any recruiting. That is just a shame. Then we'll talk to Sarthoriel, and then we'll say, give you Dawn's Light. The rest of these deals don't matter because he is going to die. So with that, we turn the 300 books into 3,000 gold. I'd say that is a worthy trade. Then we can actually do some upgrades, such as the Lattice of Distortion here for 275 more gold. Or I guess more, but an income of 275 total. Yes. And from here we need to build up more books, obviously. Well, goodness, our Twa got wiped out quickly, didn't they? Scriveners of Insanity is done. Get them, my little pink pretties. We gain a... So we don't gain any more of the Grimoires, we just gain more from battles, which is great. The cult's already proliferating. Fantastic. We'll switch back into Channeling stance and go attack Voltrucks. No longer draining our winds is fantastic. And we won't auto-resolve this one, we'll fight it ourselves, but I'm going to consider it, you know, the good old auto-resolve here, that way you all aren't forced to watch the same kind of absolute stomp of a battle. You shall, and as you notice, Teclis hasn't taken it back yet. He will after this turn, but he hasn't taken it back yet. But listen, I'm trying to click on the big chicken, not the little yogurt ball, thank you. And that's why you don't auto-resolve in the early game. It gives you 200 losses, or you could have no losses. It's up to you. Well, sacking the settlement is tempting. We're simply going to keep occupying. Armor of Fortune for our secondary lord there, which I'm going to give to Kairos immediately. That doesn't belong to you, sir. That's ward save, armor, and resistance.
Another node to the Nexus.
Another load to the Nexus. We now have an additional fragment of sorcery slot. Reason of Tzeentch is leadership reduction, but what I think we're going to go for is instead a little bit of the Withering for leadership reduction and an armor drop, both of which are going to be great against the elves. Then we'll pick up another point into Accursed Horrors to make them even better. We're up to 5% more barrier, 12% missile strength, so they've got 28 missile strength, 21 in case of the horrors, and 1,400 barrier from each. Then we'll just drop in the complex stratagems for 5 grimoires to turn up in Montfort. Oh, we're not spending too much money. Turn 4, Dawn's Light falls into Elven control. How filthy. Aethernail, can you reach? You cannot, so guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna go into March. Hang out on the bridge. I'm all ground. Then we'll attack Chant here at the Skullcarver's Abode, and we'll fight this one ourselves. It's a clear victory. Oh, they actually have a Beast of Nurgle. How fun. A target for all of our blue fire. Let's real quick though see if we can't just get you in a normal stance so you're not tired when you get here. And then we can attack. Beautiful.
Yes. The past is set. The future forecast. Only the present is unresolved. Seeking victims. I already agreed. Yes, Master. This way. I see the past and tomorrow. On your word. Kairos, fate weaver. Fly us there. Kairos, fate weaver. Very well. My master bids move. The Deceiver's servants. Darkness calls! Silence of Tzeentch. Spreading destruction! Attack! I know where to go. Vexing war! Charge! It is the cult is ready. Locking what shall. Kairos, fate weaver. We are eternal. The winds of change. Moving.
And of course I was muted the whole time. Either way, this has been a great battle. When getting up before your battles to go grab coffee, remember to hit the mute hotkey again. Come on now. Can't have the curse of mute be all your fault. Oh, good grief. Kairos throwing a tantrum. Gets rid of most of his weaker blue horrors. The muted decides a victory, 15 losses only, and we get the Banner of Change. Oh my. So strong. So an enemy in range loses below 20% hit points and they're not a unit or a lord or a hero, they will then just take lethal damage and turn into Chaos Spawn. That's incredible. Best case scenario, really. And then from there, we just ignore the Slaaneshi faction, at least for the time being. We need to deal with the elves and Oxyl first. A minor faction led by Slaanesh is really not that threatening. Next, we pick up Greater Arcane Conduit, Spell Mastery Instrument, Power Recharge, and then we can dwell in the present to have our Tzeentch spells cost less, we'll miscast less, and then we can have Prismatic Plurality, so every time we cast our spells, we're going to cool down faster, and then we'll get some more save. Good stuff. Ability and Corruption is what we want for Lucar. He's not our main spellcaster, and then Aether Nail, we're gonna go for these two.
Breathed in power.
Excellent, and then our commandment, we want the Egrim's Contrivance algorithm for some research rate, Winds of Magic, and all sorts of good stuff like that. Our Tzeentch Corruption is going up to 100 rather fast, and so not something we need to worry about. In terms of buildings, though, we will go ahead and pick up the Web of Secrets. We need more units.
Tomorrow.
quite badly, and we need to be able to afford them. So let's pick up one more Fury, and then one more Pink Horror. Really, the more Furies we have, that's just more Archers we can shut down. Amendment issued, Potion of Foolhardiness claimed, and Sartorial's Watchers are gone. We delayed their demise as long as we could. Our Pink Horrors will also now recruit at a little bit higher level. We'll move on over here to Funnel Trucks. Aether Nil, you're gonna stay in. March Stance yourself. Guess Kairos doesn't really need to stay in the settlement. You can, though. And then we'll grab one more Fury, one more Blue Horror. 4 turns before we can upgrade the Crevasse. Let's go ahead and quickly upgrade the Lost Palace. He's not going to be able to come after us this turn, but he is going to move fast. We need Way of War, Way of Manipulation, and Way of Fate for the teleport. 100% less wins and magic cost. Makes it free. We're next going to go ahead and pick up the Gift of Mutation here to drop our recruitment costs. Actually, I lied. We're going to actually grab the Thaumatic Locus into the Way of Scrying, because this will allow us to restore an army's movement range completely.
Good and improve.
Turn 6, we're going to move as far as we can here with Kairos, and then we are going to teleport across into the Dawn's Light. Yes. It is going to be marvelous. We're going to pick up another set of just normal Chaos Furies. The Furies are our main way of countering any of the shenanigans wrought upon by the elves here.
Your words are nothing to
I was hoping they would declare war on the nearby Skaven. They have not decided to just yet. Alright, on turn 7, we don't declare war on the elves, but we do teleport across next to their settlement. Hello there, Zilmian.
I see the winds.
That's a lot of elves you got. A lot of mages, too.
Change is coming.
And then with this guy, Aethernil is now going to be in charge of just recruiting a few more Blue Horrors and bring across the sea next turn.
Supreme sorcery.
Gotta have plenty of lads for a party. Alright, turn 8, and now we've got to get to some violence. Teleport across. Then Kairos, you using your new helpers with Aethernil. We declare war. And yes, they're gonna have a higher strength rank than you. And yes, they're probably gonna have some elves hiding over here in this settlement. So that means we need to fight this battle well. All of our pink fire needs to be prioritized towards the Lutheran Sea Guard, and let our archers drop in on our Furies rather drop in on their archers. Oh no, it might have bugged. This looks like a bug deployment here. We'll find out rather soon. Good news is the deployment is not bugged. Bad news, we have to fight up a whole bunch of elves. This will only get easier for us as time goes on, but for this first battle here, this is going to be a little bit hateful for sure. So we're going to go for a checkerboard formation. We don't have range advantage, but it still will force them to kind of focus fire on individual groups, allowing us to move in and hopefully deal with spearmen. They've got a lot more spears than they do archers, but they've got enough to cause us a headache, that's for sure. We've got our Furies up front to be a screen for us, so let's do this.
This battle was long prophesized. Our fates bound together.
You fall back, she's chucking fireballs, and I'm happy for you guys to catch them. It's kind of what the Furies are for. There comes another fireball. Are we going to be able to dodge it? Actually, let's see. Go to ground. Oh, it kind of worked. So you just wait for him to throw the fireball, wait for it to get close, and then toggle flying. That's an idea. Although if she has an opportunity to throw another one at us before we get back up here, that's not going to be great. Oh no, I was too slow. Oh, they still do kind of dodge it. That's cool. Well, they're not going to dodge that one. Get behind these trees if you can. Shoot, if I can run out all their winds of magic, I'm happy to. That one hit us. Who's next? Alright, another fireball. screaming on in. We wait, and down. Oh, it still got him that time, so we have to wait a little bit closer. Got it. We're learning the art of dodging fireballs. Sketchy art, that's all I'll say. Alright, secondary gang, you get over here. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Tzeentch agrees.
Got any more fireballs for us, lady? Or are you all out?
The infinite weed.
Let's see what the damage a overcast blue fire will deal back to Zilnian here.
Of change.
We have to get pretty dang close. We'll see how that goes.
Kairos.
There's no reason for them not to open up on him. There it is. A little bit of dodging, no reason to let that happen.
We went there.
He's a sneaky boy. But a point-blank fireball is going to be tough to do anything about. Come on, brother, throw it quick. Barrier's almost out, throw it quick. Alright, now go. Pretty solid, but it really didn't feel worth it just because of the amount of damage we had to take back there.
We have moved.
Use those wings, brother, get out of there.
My wings.
Oh, that's charge bonus, whoops. That thing's got some seeking now, doesn't it? Alright, fall back. More damage than we have any right taken. Start throwing pink fires into the Lothern Sea Guard. Or blue fires, rather.
Vexing formal.
Fire away. Would you quit it?
I know where to go. I already.
Nope, didn't work that time either. That was some really solid damage. They got the apotheosis going.
Sorcerous cacophony.
Is she tired of wasting her time throwing stuff at us? Get out of there, Kairos. Let's go blue fire here towards the Sea Guard.
Move.
It is circle. Got a few archers on this side, which is cute.
Kairos. Fate weaver.
Won't keep them safe by any means. Blue fire in here. Those are just normal archers. I needed to prioritize the Lothern. So 3 of you cut across, the other 3 stay here. You just keep on moving back.
It is foreseen. Herald of the Raven God.
Lothern and Sea Guard are great because they can fire while moving. Moving yourself there, Kairos. Blue fire away, now run.
Changing ways.
Fly us there.
Knights of Tzeentch, come on around. Move across. We're just gonna send the archers, or not the archers, our furies rather, over. Took those elves. Lothern and Sea Guard need a hug. Yeah, they should just run away. Heavy emphasis on should. Put over the top there, Furies. Gonna freak him out for sure.
Herald of Tzeentch.
Keep on moving, keep on moving. Drop in on him. Tell him hello. Chaos Knights, let's go ahead and rip way wide. Kill them all. They don't do anything useful. Come on through. Looks like the spearmen are in our front line, which is Perfect for us. Furies converge. We've got some guys turning into spawn, which is also amazing. Kairos, let's go get Zillion. Hazelother and Seaguard are done. Your terror is unfortunate. The next group of Seaguard, you come on in. Kairos, do the same. Let's get those Furies up in the air. Up and away from trouble. Towards them. Let's get back here on the Seaguard, who are no longer scared. Rip them apart.
We are the cult.
Darkness.
Chaos Knights out of there. They haven't even lost their armor. Or they haven't even lost their barrier, that is. No, keep you away from that. Let's drop it on these archers. Well done, Furies. Well done.
It will be done.
Then we'll have these guys charge through and go take out those spears as they get too close. Nice. I'll have him come up there instead. Our cultist is gone. We're gonna lose some Furies. No, we're not. Our Furies are fine. Especially working in groups like this. Night Knights, fall back. Furies drop in together. Let's go ahead and throw the pink fire through these Rangers. You Furies go run down a different group of archers. Help out fighting Yorian. That's how you deal with the elves. You blue fire their archers, and then you let their spearmen happily waltz into their dooms. Well done, Kairos. Well done.
A strong plan. Annihilate them.
The Deceiver's servants.
We went there. I know where to go. Tzeentch.
Well, there were 2,000 elves, and now there aren't. We only lost 85 in the fighting, which is pretty dang perfect. We will simply go ahead and... well, looting and occupying here is definitely a good idea. Steal what we can. Eighth Vanilla is very likely to be the one that gets attacked. So hopefully he can survive. We'll go ahead and give the little Yogo Ball the blue fire of Tzeentch.
His gaze.
Carman, you don't have anything great. We'll give you Spread Corruption and Kindle Flame.
Kairos, Fate Weaver.
We'll then grab Gaze of Fate for Kairos, so that we can lock enemies down, a negative 40 melee attack, and a net. It's a pretty dang nice combo. Then we'll grab the last point into Accursed Horrors here to give them 10% more barrier and 16% missile strength. So they're up to 30 and 23 for the elites. This is a reload. Not bad, not bad. Then we'll pick up yet another economy building in the Lost Palace and upgrade our Thaumaturgic Fissure as well. And then we probably should wait for the Dimensional Rift. We'll pop on into our Winds of Magic Manipulation. I can drop this. Is it currently Tempestuous? I'll drop our economy by a little bit. Never mind, we will be doing nothing with the Winds of Magic. Then we are attacked by Teclis, who has a lot of his unique items. He's got the War Crown of Sapphire for Ward Save. So scroll or cooldown on his spells is going to be almost 0. But all he has is Cascading Fire, Cloak, Enfeebling Foe, and Flock of Doom. This isn't as bad as it could be at all. And you've got Shim's Burning Gaze, which is annoying. Health on each of you. 3,000 on Teclis, 3,000 on the War Master, 6 on the Phoenix. The Phoenix is going to be the only thing here that I'm concerned with. Let's shut down the Lore Master. Alright, Operation Hide in the Woods till a reinforcement show up is a go. Teclis gonna swarm towards us? Yeah, he is. Well, that's a little bit concerning. Reinforcements have arrived. Everyone, go jump those Tyrannok chariots. In fact, this is the perfect opportunity to make these things, stay in place and die horribly. Shot our own Furies, that's awesome. Might as well drop in on them, their Furies. Horrors, go ahead and stop here. Well, the attacked Horrors. And the Pinks drop in behind them. The whole unit has been wiped out. Oh no! Well, the Phoenix gonna go after our Furies. Let's see how many Furies one Phoenix can battle.
My master bids move.
Especially when we drop its armor. Beautiful. I'm happy to sacrifice Furies for the sake of killing a Phoenix. That seems to be doing fine at the moment. Let's go ahead and have the Furies pulled back.
On your word.
Now that's not amazing. Send them right over the top. Do I have any that have low health anymore? Kind of. You move towards them and they tend to try to escape. Nah, you two, fall back. One set of spearmen does not save your archers. Alright, so pretty much all their archers are now locked down in combat. You guys need to fall back, start torching any of these spearmen that are coming on in. Knights.
Yes.
Lock the Phoenix in place. All of our pink horrors. Kill the Phoenix. Should be dead in a hurry. Furies are doing a fantastic job back here.
The infinite weave.
Let's get back up in the air. You come on over to save the day. We've been caught by the Phoenix again, which is annoying. Oh no. Pink horrors, get back here.
It will be done.
Knights, let's go ahead and circle. Gonna lose some Furies, but that's okay. Kairos, drop in over here. False protection for the front line. Knights in. Keep fighting. Glad the Phoenix decided to find a new target. We are going to go help out with these spearmen. Drop the armor for everyone here. Not going amazingly for our knights. Slam into these rangers. One of the pink horrors falls.
I see the past and tomorrow.
Let's hit the lower armored spearmen here. They're gone. Knights get back in here towards these knights. Towards these spearmen. The horrors start jumping, fools.
I already agreed.
A long time ago.
It shall be.
Well done, blue horrors. Well done. Let's try to grab these spears on their way through. They won't fare very well against the rest of our elites here. We got the Sword Masters of Hoeth. And then you two get further afield to try to catch those spears as they flee. Indeed, simple enough. Oh no, we lost a unit of blue horrors, and the Furies that died came back from the dead. Well done, boys. Demons reforged. Yeah, we definitely want. Oh, the replenishment's only on the one army. We'll take the treasury then.
There is a rift, a paradox in
Master.
the weave of fate.
Thank you, Dodgy Johan. Thank you. All of the quest battles for the Warhammer 3 Lords are a doozy, so we'll have to come back to that one. With Teclis defeated, who will drive back the forces of chaos? Answer is no one. Tzeentch corruption already taking over.
Kairos, Fate Weaver.
Oh, we go after the Fortress of Dawn. I would be highly... I'm highly suspect they're going to go after the Fate Weaver's Crevasse here with that army. Build something up and then go after our capital. Tends to be their main strategy. Nails up on a disc. Musion's gone. Next, we should pick up Hidden in Time. That way we can just drop Kairos out of anyone's consciousness for at least a moment. And then Burning Head is incredible for dealing with big squads of goofy elves. In fact, we have access to that down here now. We do either Burning Head or Penumbral Pendulum. Or the Net of Emmentalk. We don't quite have just the maximum amount of firepower yet needed for a Net of Emmentalk. So let's go Burning Head. Our other herald will just grab Arch Manipulator. That will be our increasing our winds of magic in this province whenever possible. And then we go take down Teclis. Aethernil, you join. Channel, good sir. Should be able to auto-resolve Teclis, and they'll just hit Fort Serpentard from there. Boink.
We already know the victor.
Extra wins for Kairos, too. Oh, Bardmon was slain. Poor fool.
Of the Destiny Scrolls.
I don't want to leave you here, so we'll have Aethernil attack Serpentard. Kairos will be our... Oh, hello there, Slaanesh. That's slightly concerning. Kairos will be our reinforcements. And then we auto-resolve here. Yeah, not bad at all. Was slightly hesitant, I can't lie. With an Occupy, that we're siphoning these funds to our main province. And Kairos, you can turn around. In position to attack Lorician. We have no military buildings. Yes, there are no mortals that are going to be that tier for Tzeentch, are there? Everyone else, I believe, does. Tzeentch is the only one that doesn't. Another point in Burning Head then, so we can crisscross those as needed, and then you know what, let's not repair the Dawn's Light or Tor Serpentard. Neither. Our economy building, though, in the Lost Palace can be upgraded, and then we save the rest of our gold so we can upgrade the Crevasse next turn. I'll pick up the Chromatic Aberrations. Some blue holders of the Tzeentch that have 360 missile block. What was it, 35% chance? It's only 10%. That's really, really bad. But it's at least something. And then they replenish their barrier hit points for themselves, or is it everyone around them? Looks like it's just themselves.
Tzeentch's slave. Tzeentch's sorcerer.
Aethernil should become a potentialite. And have the locus of transmorgification so we can summon in some blue horrors.
I get stronger.
Eternal Scryer.
We'll take the time to fuse up some of the items we've picked up here. Healing potion is amazing, and then for Aethernil, we'll just give him a spell shield.
Supreme sorcery.
As I'm taking a look at this, before we do end the turn, there's no way we can reach them if we don't go into March. So maybe we can convince the idiots of the Fortress of Dawn to make a foolhardy move. We'll see. Come attack Kairos while we're tired. It's gonna go great for you, I promise. Ignore the rest of this here and pass. Little all-seeing eye is no more. We just need to get over here to take out Larishian before Teclis arrives. Thankfully we can reach. Okay, good. Holy Manifestations, we can have them forcibly take attrition. I think that's actually going to be a better call. Oh, it has to be someone we're at war with. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Kairos. Let's combine a few of these Furies. And we move on the Fortress of Dawn. Alright, elven settlements are actually super easy to crack. You just hide some troops in the woods, hide your troops that can't hide. I guess they're not hiding, just put them over out in the open. On the opposite side, let's get all these series here. And then battle begin. Oh, looks like they know about the strategy now. Interesting. Okay, well now they're fully prepared for it. That's fine. We just won't react for the time being. Oh, hang on, that's an incredible burning head if we can actually get it to cast. Oh, it's a long ways off, but that would be incredible. Furies, up this way.
We are eternal.
In fact, I'm pretty sure Kairos and company can pretty easily handle this first group. Burning head. Kills a good deal of them. We'll go ahead and go hidden in time.
Moved.
Oh, but then it bounced the wrong way.
Kairos, fate weaver.
Alright, Furies. And Kairos. Fall back.
Destiny scroll. We went there.
We did indeed go there. Up your healing potion, and then we'll send the Furies back to go take down those archers.
I already agree.
Kairos is currently... Oh, they're shooting at the Furies. I say, Kairos is currently unspottable. What are you guys doing? Don't pretend. Oh, the Furies are all going in a single file line, which is not amazing. Maybe it'll keep some of them alive.
My wings spread.
Weaken these spearmen here. Looks like we're not being snuck up on, so just let these Furies do their thing.
I know where.
Arrows, you drop in here. The ones on the walls are doomed. Get in here and save Kairos. Does he really need it? No. Burning Head's kind of expensive, so I would like to not have to cast it. Put these ultras in the ground. It's not the archers we're concerned with, it's the other troops entirely. There's the fireball. We're not really scared of a fireball.
We have a corner.
Alright, excellent. Looks like most of the archers are not actually responding to this crisis. They're just responding to the other side. Take down the spearmen. Your haste will get you killed, Lother and Seaguard. Shim's burning gaze. They've lost a few.
Fight them.
They've lost a lot more, though. All that burning heads bouncing around in their unit. How perfect. Now let's go ahead and get back up in the sky. Out of there, Kairos, out of there. Not a bad strike at all. Well, that's an unfortunate miscast, madam.
Agree.
Oh, she's using Net of Aim and Talk. Oh, I flew right into it, too. Nice. Alright, well, we can't have this for very long.
Yes.
There we go. Kill.
Minds will disintegrate.
You drop in here on these Furies. And then these are the archers. How do I do that every time? Talent. Quit running away, it's time to die. Kairos, you get on out of there. Same thing with the Furies. We will go find a new spot to assault. We away. Of course, while I am awaying, I'm gonna throw some more burning head through here. And beat the smack out of Zubarin. She stands no chance. Was it another upgraded Net of Aim and Talk? Kind of a waste there, madam.
Follow the way.
Oh, I've been letting this guy get shot the entire time. Well done, wizard, well done. Kairos in, and then we'll bring all of the pink horrors.
On your word.
You two blue horrors to the walls. The rest just behind. Unfortunately, this thing's gonna be amazing once we're inside the gates themselves. Nah, she's gonna stay away. Just kill these idiots in front of you here. Just as they disintegrate. Launching some arrows into Kairos, are we? Fair enough. Bounced right back into those spears.
The infinite we.
Alright, light archers handled. Demons moving in.
Men of the North.
And Kairos, go deal with these archers next. Let's leave the weakened Furies here. Now, even if they die, it's not that big a deal.
Kairos, fate weaver.
Drop in and tell them hello. Weakened Furies. Alright, let's get out of there. Actually, we'll send you up to deal with this tower. Go get in its way.
Kairos runs. Keeper of the Destiny Scroll.
Down to only 9 wins. Well, we'll definitely want to make sure we're saving them then. You're out of here, buddy. All they really have left is a few melee infantry. Those archers should shatter. We'll get you lads back chasing this tower like I initially asked you to. Now, Anyone that gets close to try to defend is going to get shot to pieces.
We are eternal.
It looks like 2 Lother and Seaguard left, and then 1 set of Rangers.
Locking Watcher.
Taking their sweet time for sure. Alright, Kairos is going to knock out these archers. If everyone else wants to kind of swarm on down, that works. We just won't be able to build up any more winds of magic. We can't turn 9 into more. The warriors aren't doing a terrible job taking the walls, trying to give them some support. Looks like Kairos is not able to attack the walls himself, which is kind of strange.
Fly us there. On the way.
Come on, my flying termites, destroy that building. Oh, turns out you can turn it into more winds.
It shall be.
Any blue horrors that must be sacrificed for today's win are worth it. Let's send you 2 to the walls over here. We've got numbers. Let's use them. Kairos getting shot at again. Come on, brother. Let's get out of there. Burning Edge is not doing that much damage. So we'll simply save. Those Rangers should be a pretty easy takedown. Alright, we're through. The horrors run in. Exalted go all the way through. Go Fuzz protection. Now we just want damage.
My wings spread.
Drag these idiots around the corner. We can get them with some torch.
Many eyes.
Now let's go through the gates here, buddies. You can do it.
Of the dark gods.
Lother and Seaguard being cheeky. Yeah, I gotta keep dodging arrows with Kairos. This is where we'll use the Burning Wind. Go for it. Kill as many of the Lother and Seaguard as possible. You drop in on the archers behind them.
Fools of chaos.
And Chaos Knights, you go hit that barricade for me.
Keep of the destiny scroll.
Oh, they're not sure what to do. Big horrors, move in. Blue horrors, you too.
Fools of chaos.
Oh, no longer braced means dead. Just all the towers, then focus fire them. He's a wee bit annoying. Kairos attack that platform. What we'll do is we'll use the Gaze of Fate whenever that set of cavalry comes after us. Whenever they do get the stones. Just wait. You will have a prime opportunity. Take out this barricade.
Fates guide us.
The second we have a straight shot on these infantry, they are so very doomed. Alright, now fall back and let the Exalted Flamer do some damage.
Brings destruction.
It brings destruction. No, there's no running. Except you'll defeat elves.
Yes.
Alright, come on, Kairos. We still have this one unit of Sea Guard left. Four unfortunate elves get to die in a dancing swirl of flames. And we'll just continue to pick and choose our targets until the rest of these fools are gone. So the Flamer switched positions. Go ahead and bring the Furies away. The Archer's way over there. All 4 Furies. Your job is to drop on these Sea Guard. Give them a headache. One they won't soon forget. Knights, well done. How did the Sea Guard disappear? Oh, now our Furies are just being weird. Makes sense.
The infinite weave.
How about you can't move?
The raven gods will.
Sounds like a great time. You fall back. Send the Knights in. All of the blue horrors charge. We're gonna need more than just one set of Furies fighting these Sea Guard guys. It's going to be a requirement. Cultists, hold them in place, hold them in place. Wait, now why are they back here in melee? These Furies just don't want to do anything we've currently told them. Kill these Sea Guard. And you boys go after these Sea Guard then if you don't want to go after the others. Turned into a gibbering pile of ashes, and that should be the battle there. And that's one of our rivals down. One of the main ones, to be sure. I will simply go ahead and occupy the Fortress of Dawn. Having a secondary capital that is in decent shape would be nice. Dawn's Landing secured. Oh, we get the many-eyed tribute, so we can get some Forsaken and some armor. Not a bad idea. So for Kairos, we'll go ahead and grab a couple of Forsaken. 2 Forsaken should be enough. Having 4 would be nice. We may just end up having him sit here for a few turns. 2 more skills. We're going to go ahead and pick up Gaze to the Future there. That way we have Kindle Flame, Smoke and Mirrors, Wild Heart, and Life Leeching. Plenty of extra Winds of Magic, and then we can double up on our weakness to fire damage whenever we cast our Lore of Tzeentch spells. In fact, well, no, we actually have Lore of Tzeentch, and we've got the Burning Head. That works out super well.
Eternal.
Our cultists will get an Obsidian Trinket and a Potion of Foolhardiness, and then increased mobility. Finally upgrade the Fate Weaver's Crevasse to a Dimensional Rift. We get another contrivance algorithm up and running. I'm not repairing any of this because there's no reason to.
You play the great
Ooh, is it time for Slaanesh to steal our territory? Apparently it is. And that there is why you don't really invest in your minor settlements, because that Slaanesh faction sometimes declares on you and sometimes doesn't. It's kind of a mixed bag. Our thematic locus is done, so more Winds of Magic is fantastic, but we definitely need to get into a place that actually has some winds. Auto resolve here, we'll take the Conjurate Locus. 4 Masters are gone, and then we are going to... Can't quite make it. Well, we could get close to the Dawn's Light. But I still don't like that so much. Being declared upon by the Tzeentch faction is... Or the Tzeentch, the Slaanesh faction is a little annoying. Right, so we'll just have Kairos go into March stance. And sail the seas as quick as you can. Aethernill, you're gonna come on across through the Dawn's Light, where you can pick up some additional blue horrors.
Summon them! Summon them!
Just in case those lizards decide to get froggy, as they tend to. Pick up the Way of Scrying.
Good. An improvement.
Yes, oh yes, mutagenic energies. Enjoy, Abyssa. Devil demon. It's not much attrition, good grief. The Skullcarver's Abode gets backhanded, but we do get to see what kind of units they have, which is 3 Exalted Demonettes and a bunch of Furies. Fighting this is going to be brutal. Absolutely brutal. They just burn it to the ground. You never can tell when they decide to go for that. Those kind of strategies. Well, we'll just move to Volatrox with Kairos. That is brutal. Great standard of sundering. While you're here, good sir, we'll pick up a few more Furies ourselves.
Empower magic.
We've got the rats clashing with Zlatlon here, so we're just gonna have Aethernill sprint to the Fortress of Dawn.
Master,
Yes.
can I provide you with a new...
Still has 3 settlements for now. We want to keep an eye on how many he has left. That'll give us at least an idea as to where Oxyl currently is. Upgrade follow the trucks because we're here. Yes, I think we will. Nothing over here in the fortress. And then, you know, what if we just take these caverns of Sotek here? Oh, we can't because we don't know they're there. I was going to take them from the rats and then sell them back to them. I'll just go ahead and take you a tech. It's going to be expensive, but who cares? Mine. And if they decide to declare war, I could just sell it to the rats. Destroy this, and we'll pick up a web of secrets. Thank you for the tier 2 settlement. How much would Clan Gridus buy that from us for?
Come before the clan and show display deference.
Only 2,000. Let's wait till they have a little bit more gold. I see no reason to be reverent to a bunch of stinky ratmen. Disciplinarian, huh? Up there whipping the yogurt balls and shit. Just, what is going on?
Most masterful of masters.
Are they chasing him around? Are they chasing him around?
Want trip to Skaven Blight?
I'm gonna take a non-aggression pack with the rats for now, just so they don't bother me.
So,
And then we are going to chase down... Where did you go?
his gaze
There you are, Abyssa. We found you.
Unaware.
Ambush. Lucar, come on back in. And then we will teleport up on Abyssa if we need to. Moment of potential. I'm thinking we pick up the demonic lurkers here so we don't lose the crevasse, and then we get ourselves a maximized economy building. Aethernill, you be troops. More blue horrors. We swarm the world in blueberries. Well then, Dum-Dum, you decide to stay in the Skullcarver's Abode. Let's switch our sorcery fragments. This one will be very good. They don't tend to have any armor at all as your demons. Oh, Slaanesh. Melee damage reflection sounds pretty nice. Else here looks just about perfect. Let's go beat down on Slaanesh. We can get void armor or weird plate. Let's make sure the void armor goes
demagogue.
to you there, Lucar.
Mocking watcher.
So if we combine these, what are the chances we get something really cool? 20 armor, 10% ward save, 5% resistance. That works for me. Now,
All
we go bully some Slaaneshi.
luck.
We're not going to teleport, so that way we can actually colonize the abode. I'm auto-resolving. We have earned that right. And then we'll go ahead and just replenish naturally. Let's offer them up.
Yes.
Hi, demons. Silence Night Sun, huh? That's a name. Come here, you. Tomorrow is today. Yes. You're in here, in the mists completely. Something wonky with our fog of war. Got the followers of the Great Eagle. I didn't realize those were. I didn't realize those were free LC. It's because they're not. They are the units that showed up with man, his name, Sael. So we won't use those either, even if I really want to. Grab some pink horrors. Yeah, followers of the Great Eagle are incredible. Oracle of Eternity is extra barrier for Kairos, and then he has a 44% ward save. That seems fair. Extra barrier for Lords of Change. We don't have any of those right now. Let's grab the Thaumaturgic Rejuvenation.
Bless me, Changer. Such prismatic splendor.
What is going on? They're just playing a game of tag. A very violent game of tag with Khadgar. Interesting. I've never seen this. AI using the same runaway technique on the rats too. Funny.
It's me. Change is.
Make sure Aeternel is continuing to get more troops. Let's grab some Furies for fighting skirmishers. Skirmisher skinks are hard to catch otherwise. Reactivate Egram's contrivance algorithm, and we pass. Tzeentch listens, Tzeentch sees, Tzeentch knows. Now we can move again. Full free. For example, is this a major settlement? It is. Khaleesi's.
You may touch me only in dreams.
We'll ambush then.
There is no
We can confederate with them.
like that of the architect's servants.
Oh, such a bad idea. They're losing territory quick. Real strange watching Metastone get run down. Or watching them chase these. Oh, they went to sea. The game of chase continues.
Teleport. Never, never.
I guess you can't eat yourself across the ocean, which is sad. You also can't land anywhere over here. The Fate Weavers Cross. This is a fairly safe province. Hello?
Isn't what Master wants. I claim.
I feel like if I tell you that's what I want you to do, that's what Master wants, but what do I know? That pays for itself so quickly. Plus, we need it quite badly. Piercing Screams or World Seeker. Force Peace is an idea. And it's probably a pretty good idea. It's just going to take us 6 turns.
We shall surpass other gods.
Fire time only costs 100.
Keeper of
Pretty dang cool.
Destiny Scrolls.
You know what? Combine the Furies together.
All of time.
Oh, the Exalteds. We'll have to get back to grab the Exalted Pink Horrors.
It shall
Okay, so 100 books. to borrow some time. Range restored. Now we can attack the Forever Maze. Beautiful. Oh, they steal my pink horrors? Can we still cheese them? No. They're gonna steal those pink horrors every single time. While annoying, it's not the end of the world. We've got lots of ammunition, and we're gonna use it to put the hurt on these demonettes. Let's do this. Alright then, about the same way we did the elves, just these guys have no missiles, and some really scary infantry. Any Furies for us to deal with? Yes, just these. Go get them. There are 3 of you, and I have faith.
Moved. My wings spread.
And blue horrors, get ready.
Locking watch.
They only have the 1 unit of Furies. We just need to deal with them
Tomorrow.
quickly. We're gonna follow this poor lady around and throw blue fires of Tzeentch at her. Although she may just run away from Kairos, which would be funny. Hey, where are you going? Throwing blue fire from this close, it just doesn't work. So we're not going to. We'll go ahead and grant boss protection here, though, as the Furies get into a big brawl with some other Furies. Melee defense and some armor. I'm not sure where they're all going, but... So they weren't going to help. Huh. Weird. Weird for sure. Triple Fury beatdown is no problem. You're actually now far enough away I can hit you with a blue fire. Go for it, Kairos. Some of them actually hit invisible blockers on the walls there. Surprising. Alright, Fury, let's see if we can go find another isolated unit. Sadly, our own pink horrors are not surviving this battle. Because they're demons.
Of the Destiny Scroll.
She can only dodge one at a time. Just trying to waste her ammo is kind of funny. It's working out. Let's stop Fire Will for now. You bringing your own horrors over to bother us is amusing.
It is foreseen.
They understand that those demonettes are so much stronger than our pink horrors, it's not even funny. Here's what we'll do. A little bit of this.
Winds of change.
You're going nowhere, madam, and then we get some melee damage reflection. So if you manage to hit Kairos, you suffer for it. Absolute beatdown. And those are the demons have to decide, do I want to move in? Almost through Kairos' barrier.
Chaos Knights.
Your demonettes are too close.
Shall be. Kairos fate.
Didn't quite take her out, but it was a little bit of damage. How much attack do you have? What, 35? Yeah, he's very rarely gonna land anything. Or demonettes of Slaanesh, they've got no defenses against our units here. About mystifying, huh? It's an idea for sure. Just waiting for them to blob up. There will be an opportunity. Like this. Didn't get both units. They dodged it really well. Yeah, but one of the units is just completely gone. Completely and totally gone. Hit those next demonettes. See if we keep them alive. That'd be hilarious. Probably not, but it would be funny.
The infinite weave.
Here, Kairos, go drop it on those marauders, scare them off.
We are many. The deceiver's servants.
And then we just go for a normal cast of Burning Head. Let that rip through these demonettes. Thank you, Spawn. You did your job. You did it well. Let's get Kairos out of there. Another Burning Head down the street. Sacrifice our Furies for no reason, I would say.
For the changer of ways.
Oh, I thought you guys were done with the gates. Turns out, no, you're not. Nowhere near. Still better to lose than here than anywhere else. If we have to.
Eyes of Tzeentch. The changer.
They keep putting themselves in really good spots for our spells. Kairos, go through and take out those pink horrors. Almost. Go for another Burning Head here. I'm going to overcast this one. Let that rip through. Just a half a unit of demonettes gone. Meanwhile, our missile troops keeping anyone that might want to fight well away from us.
We went there.
Sneaky Kairos, let's move over here and try to kill Khaleesi's. I think now's a good time to send some demonettes to the wall. Some demonettes. Yes, that's exactly what those are. Well done, wizard. 8 seconds.
Destiny scroll. On the way.
And fire away. Rip that lord in half. Just one more good hit's all we need. And Kairos is great at descending and getting one good smack. And their leader's gone. From here, you see what the strategy's gonna be. Just slow and steady. Kill the demonettes one at a time and throw burning heads their way whenever we can. Get you back at the campaign map. Slow and steady wins the race with your missile troops and sieges. We are going to go ahead and occupy as high tier as possible. Get ourselves some weird spawn, that's pretty alright. Oh, how perfect. We can set up and get more pink horrors of Tzeentch immediately. Going to go ahead and combine these Furies together. And get one more set. 2 more sets of Furies. 6 pink horrors, 4 Furies is a nice nice amount. We'll then buff up our spell intensity by 20% more and give us a nice cooldown reduction to all of our spells, and afterward, I think we'll go ahead and just grab the Oracle here. Time to start summoning in some pink horrors of Tzeentch. We get 2 summons of them now, up to 3, and then a big bird. Then we'll take an upgrade Volatrox to get our 2nd tier Hellport. We've got all sorts of foreign trespassers in the Fortress of Dawn. We're not going to worry about them at all. We're going to jump back across so we can defend the Fate Weaver's boss. I love that they're just chasing each other around. How far apart these settlements are is, frankly, a shame. Agramam's Menagerie. We'll go ahead and destroy the Flicker of Potential here, and probably the Demonic Lurkers as well. We'll just make the Forever Maze more of a economy province. Speaking of economy, throw in the Web of Secrets everywhere we can. From here, we're going to hustle and take out the rest of this Slaanesh faction. Hopefully before the Flaming Scribes get taken out. We'll auto-resolve. We're going to lose a lot, but it'll be alright. We actually only lost 50. Not bad. There comes a point where the auto-resolves actually start working out in your favor. It just takes a little bit. More Furies. On Kairos, we'll pick up Ye Ol Wind Summoner. What? 45% physical resistance. He is almost impossible to hit. And then we nearly have all of our spells if we wish to go ahead and change whatever to whatever. We have currently... What is this? What is he on? It's a... Default spell is Tzeentch's Fire. What is this spell? Looks like some kind of plague. It's not one you're allowed to have. Well, fair enough. We'll just pick up Ye Ol Comet of Cassandora because I can't think of anything better than dropping a big old rock on someone's head. And then here at the Forever Maze, we shall just pop in the Control Building and the Economy Building. Oh, we've got a vexing problem in the Forever Maze. I think we'll just go ahead and go for a Rite of Equilibrium. Flaming Scribes are gone, so now Oxyl will likely come declare war on us. How strong is he currently? Oh boy. Strength rank 5. Once we take out his first couple armies, it shouldn't be a problem, but if they've already been managed to summon in the Rite of Private Glory army, it's going to be spooky. Aetherdale, you come on to the Crate Weaver, the Crate Weavers. The Crate Weavers for Voss, and grab some big horrors of the Exalted variety. Probably want to switch to the Architect's Theorem if they declare war on us to slow them down. In the meantime, we take out the Crucible of Delights. We have to wipe out the Slaanesh faction. That's just part of it.
The weave is unstable.
Kind of. Before we do win, let's go for that Scriveners of Insanity on... Oh, that's too bad. We can't do it when they're in the middle of a siege. Auto resolve, and... Ooh. That time we'll take the cash. Destroy this building, repair the lattice of money making. Defensive supplies plus 20 per turn. That is so small. Plus 200 would be cool. Plus 20 is almost nothing. That has to be a bug. Then we pick up the Bewitching Potency for Kairos, extra barrier for the whole army. And then our Iridescent Horrors, Cultists, and Lords of Change shall have Mastery of the Elemental Winds.
Bless me.
We are going to have the scariest spellcasters. I cannot wait. Then we'll swing over to Volatrox and pick up the Stygian Well to make up even more gold. Stygian Well and Weave of Time. Oxyl wastes absolutely no time and declares on us. Let's see what he has access to. Then here for turn 19, we're grabbing Kairos, and we are going to hold Sheath. Back. We'll pick up the Pinioned Lord of Tzeentch here. And you are going to pick up some blue horrors if you can, good sir. Beautiful. Grab some blue horrors. I don't know if we're going to have time to actually recruit these Exalteds, which is concerning. In terms of money, we don't have a lot of money. Let's play a little bit of the political game. Hello there, Warhost. I'll join your war with the Urson Revivalist. You give me some cash, so we can use this. Barrel Legion, who you're fighting? Seducers, what a bad idea.
So,
Reichland, I will help you
I
out
will hear
in
you
your war
now.
with the Broken Axe
Be
tribe.
warned, my mood is dark. Yes.
Far enough away that it shouldn't be a problem. And then the Legions of Chaos are fighting no one. Interesting.
By the light of the lady.
Hopefully that's at least enough cash to grab the weird spawn.
It's me.
Beautiful. Gonna take everything I have not to grab the... Well, there's the Great Eagle too. No cheating, wizard. We've got to play this right. Well, Oxyal's already arrived. With a whole bunch of Bastillodons. Winning this battle keeps our campaign going, but losing this one would be unfortunate. It wouldn't be the end, but it would be a problem. And for better or worse, we are deployed and prepared. We got 3 blue horrors here to hopefully fall back whenever the Bastillodons get a little bit close. Same thing over here on the side. We got some blue horrors to fire and then flee whenever things start getting a little bit hairy. Same thing over here. Do as much damage as we can with the towers, we fall back to our final defense zone and just kind of wait for the AI to come through our territory. Should be fairly horrifying. Let's do this. Blue fire into Grawool here. We can get rid of some of their leaders, it'd be awesome. Really solid damage. You missed the pink fireball. That's unfortunate, brother. Alright, there are the skinks. Fall back. Horrors, fall back. Yeah, I figured they were gonna drop a comment of Cassandora. And they did. Oxyal skinks are so fast. Leave your lives. Grawool is going to attempt to pursue. I mean, we'll throw some blue fire at him. Well, we don't want to chase him down just because there's all of these idiots outside the walls. Several of our horrors are not fleeing like we want them to. Just an unfortunate time there. Blast him once more. Yeah, kill the chameleons trying to crawl up. If you can hold the line, do so. Furies get over here as well. As long as they're falling back. Try to use the Furies to kill Grawool, otherwise we'll just hit them with a few more blue fires. This far away, they all hit, which is great. Get in fight. Gotta save those summons though. Let's go for the blue fire. Overload this one unit. Blue horrors, you might as well come on over and shoot into these chameleon skinks. Alright, that hero is gone. Doesn't mean they're permanently gone, but they're gone at least for now.
This way. Charge! Charge!
Get yourself at least a little bit away from the action. Drop the Furies in here. Cut those chameleons down. We'll kind of just have to ignore the Bastillodons till the end. Don't really have a choice. Max to your tower. Keep running, blue horrors. Keep running. Furies come across and drop on these skinks. We'll have all of the Screamers do the same thing. Over here.
Begin the soul hunt.
Snooch on around behind. You can get in your soul hunt. Yeah, Screamers, kill these red crests.
Pinkest horror.
Focused on something else, it's a good way to die.
Vexing vorpal.
Beautiful. Let's go find Oxyl and hit him with some blue fire. Oh, the Bastillodons are through. Have the Furies hit the red crests. Everything else get ready to bother the Bastillodons when they come through. There's Oxyl. We found you, sir.
Scatter and spin.
Blue fire on Oxyl. Well done, Furies. Well done, Swing. Get back up in the air. Same thing with the Screamers. If we're just fighting one Bastillodon, we should be able to take it down relatively quickly. Oh, it snuck through the gates, I say. Kill it. Put it down now. Let's get away. Free damage is still free damage, and I'd like to not be hit with a whole bunch of blow darts, please. Please.
Behold my iridescence.
Load and shoot. You as well start dousing these chameleons in some damage. I thought we were already losing Screamers here to the Bastillodon. Concerning, for sure. Not sure where that one's going, it's just leaving. Yeah, they've definitely swapped to just capture zones mode. Which is really not that big a deal. Advance, pink horrors, advance. Couple of chameleons down. Let's have the Screamers pull away so they can get another charge. You keep hitting them. You Furies, get out of there, because that's just a waste of your talents. And then you all charge again. We might as well try for a high tier tower there. Oxyl will likely just move in and stop us from doing anything, but that's alright. Screamers, go help. The one outside of the walls is getting all sorts of torn up. We'll use the Furies to go scout out what's capturing that zone. Blue horrors. Well, if you can just go ahead and shoot into these skinks, that'd be awesome. They're scared off permanently. And might as well go for some damage on the Bastillodon. Oh, there you are, Oxyl. There you are. Go give him a hug, Furies. Get way closer than I thought we did. Javelins did pretty decent work there.
Change changing ways.
Or both of them in now. Sin or Screamers, some support.
Vexing Vorpal.
You got those cohort back there.
Herald of Tzeentch.
Oxyl will not enjoy. You absorbed that pretty well, never mind.
This way.
Kill the Bastiladon. Yeah, Fury's taking an unfortunate route in. That's alright, they're fine. Bring yourself on back. We know for sure get all of our zones. But in the long run, what is that going to do for him? Give Oxyl a hug.
Sorceress.
Just with one unit, though. I don't think we want both of them dropping in there.
Agrees.
Towers are down. Weird. I definitely didn't give them any orders. Screamers coming up. Landed there. We got tricked a good deal. Can't do anything about it. Last Oxyl. Bring over the Sundering armor.
Flickering fires of fate.
And have one of these Screamers drop in with them. Take down those red crests. Why are you going all the way around? The pathing right now is so broken, it's not even funny. Alright, blues, get in there. That was a lot of damage, good grief. Come on. Take him down. Screamers, your job is killing these red crests first. A lot of lizards all in one spot.
Moving.
Yeah, unfortunately, bad pathing got our stuff killed. We took way more damage than we have any right taken there. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Our lord's gone. Do we have what it takes to survive? Looks like the answer is no, they didn't even try. That's crazy. Come on, pink horrors, hold the line. Well, we managed to bring down one of the Bastiladons, but we didn't have any stopping power there. And for some reason our troops aren't going to shoot their... What is... Everything that could go wrong has. Look at these Screamers over here doing nothing, just flying in circles. How is that useful? How did they even... Whatever, it doesn't matter. We lose the settlement and the battle. Truthfully, rather unfortunate, but Oxyl's army is also extremely ravaged, so he might choose to... He just takes it. Good grief. New goddessins, no one cares. We lost our best secondary lord, which is unfortunate. Just not what you can do when the lizard men just pull out every stop to take you out.
We
So now they're going to do everything they can to get to the next settlement. Why did they get to keep it at tier 2? That doesn't make any sense. We cast off the salt in order to just grab a couple more blue horrors to deal with the altar of facades here, which is already a tier 3 settlement. I don't know how you managed to do that while also getting your cheeks kicked in, but I forgot to hit the record button. So we will actually go ahead and take a peace treaty with Abyssa here. However much gold she has, we'll take it all. Did a good job of talking to myself for a bit. So the plan is we're going to have Kairos continue to aggressively charge across towards the boss. This can still take a few more turns, but that's fine. Also, peace with Abyssa means we can then take the time to come after the altar of facades properly. Oh, lovely.
Allow me.
Some elves. Zlodlon is gone, killed by the Skaven, which is perfect. It gives us a little bit more time for the Skaven to survive. Are you fighting the same
Your
Skaven?
temerity is notable.
You're sailing all the way over to do battle with the Awakened. Fair enough. Fair enough. We have finally reached the Lost Palace. I don't trust Oxyl one bit, so we're gonna go ahead and drop into an ambush stance. He may just be sitting here, which would be kind of lame. Here's what we'll do. Let's march towards the Lost Palace. Actually, hang on now. We can have our cultists come out. Oh, he can't see very far, can he?
I must wait, master.
There's Oxyl. We found you. For some reason, I can't go into an ambush anymore. You know what? We're marching to the Lost Palace. He wants to fall back further to the crevasse, so be it. In fact, I can take the Changing of the Ways and transfer the crevasse to my... No, I can't, because I'm at war with him. Fair enough. We could force peace and steal it back, but I don't want to do that. I want to kill Oxyl. Since Kairos got back fast enough, I'm going to go ahead and kick this hero out. Yes. Recoup some of that gold, because we are going to need it here with Moloch to go deal with the Altar of Facades.
Empower magics.
Indeed, grab a couple more Furies, and that should be enough to deal with them. Furies and Blue Horrors. We're missing our cultists, but I'm not really concerned. For dealing with single entities, let's come on into Kairos, make sure we've got the best fragments of sorcery here. Comet of Cassandora, no. Regrowth is exciting. Although the Curse of Iran here is brutal. Let's go Regrowth, that way we have a way to duel a little bit more effectively. We've got our blue fire to shoot the single targets, and then... Net of Amantok. Ooh, you know what? Curse of the Midnight Wind, where's our... Can I double layer up the armor drop? Yes, Curse of the Midnight Wind and Withering. They should do huge damage to any of these Bastillodons. Ah, he's replaced with Saurus. Stronger army than it was before, for sure.
Sorcery.
I'll go ahead and take Clan Morbidus and sell them. You want tech. I don't want it. Oh, you'll become my vassal. Good boys. That'll get us into a war with Krotgar. Never mind. We'll just take your money.
Yes, yes.
Enjoy you attack while you still can. Alright, next turn Oxyl decides just to besiege us. I'm going to try to wound the Oracle.
Rob them of knowledge.
It failed. That's too bad. But it's really not that big of a deal. Kairos versus Oxyl. And after we claim victory here, you then have a very good opportunity just to roll the rest of the Ghosts of Hotwalks all the way down Antarctica, taking their things as you go. Alright gang, fire versus poison. Which one's more potent? Fireballs come flinging at our Furies right off the bat. Their resistance is in flux. Throw an overcast fire of Tzeentch. Keep catching those fire. The fact that you can just throw those back to back is insane. Pretty dang impressive. Try not to kill all of our units this time with our own cast. Good damage. Almost dodged. All the Furies away. Oxyl has so much damage potential. More. I can block your fireballs, sir. Like, good grief, do you have some cast speed? I got those Furies too close. Free damage for no reason. There's another fireball, good grief. Get some more and save. And then more blue fire towards this clown. He's tanky for sure. And drop. Oh, he dropped way too soon. Back towards our line. Their barrier's taking forever to recharge. Let's go ahead and turn invisible here and... Alright, quick jump cut. We had the neighborhood noise marines blast through. Which is no problem. We'll just hit a mute for a moment. Alright, bring yourselves. I'm not excited about the comets that can be cast, so let's throw a couple of the blue horrors out to maybe bait those. Let barrier recharge on Kairos. Which is thinking about it for sure. What's the missile resistance on this guy? 30% and so 40% total. Makes targeting you kind of not worth it. Here's what we're gonna do instead. Normal blue fire of Tzeentch is really brutal on packed up groups. Hello there, ski cohort. We have 107 wins, just throw some cheap ones. This might have actually won us the battle against the other.
On the way.
And we Saurus spears, need a hug too. I mean, you can try it all you want. Here, draw them back first. Draw them back to about here, and then turn to attack them. Diral's turn and blast these cold ones. Oh, don't worry, Oxyl, we see you. There's the rock. Try to avoid it if you can. Hot pursuit, hot pursuit. Stop the cold ones in place. I say drop in here. Kairos. Go ahead and get Thaw's protection, just a single cast on this up front. Keep on moving through. Drop the armor on all those Bastillodons moving in too. Any of the Furies we have to sacrifice are well worth it. Fire into these Source Warriors packs. Although if we have to sacrifice units of Furies and nothing dies, it becomes way less worth it way quickly. Alright, group up front is going down. Give him a charge. Buff up the armor here, you fall back behind our lines. Furies have pursued them all the way in, that's great. Last Saurus once again. see if you can't torch these warriors. We're taking a little bit too much damage. Kairos, pop your healing potion and get out of there. Actually... no, it's too late. Lock this idiot in place, and go do some dueling. Go do some dueling. We believe in you. Keep torching the skink cohort. Anything there that's easy prey. Blue fire right to the back of these Saurus. Keep the ward save up. Knights. Now that they're nice and wounded, charge through. And then we're gonna have you go hunt down Oxyl. Ward save. Beautiful stuff. As I was waiting to notice Oxyl, he's over here. Furies. That's your call. Fire to the back of these Saurus spears once again. Kill those Saurus. Blue horrors are there just to buy us some time. Kairos to land. Weaken that armor. Looks like we managed to drive Oxyl away. Make sure that Oracle is not surviving. Oxyl is scary, but he only has as much damage as he has ammunition, and as soon as the ammunition's gone, all of his main source of damage is as well. Well, none of the Furies managed to survive, and somehow none of them came back from the dead either. That's crazy. Unfortunate for us. Oxyl has been driven away, though, and we will absolutely take the replenishment.
We have foreseen your obliteration.
Indeed, and from here we chase Oxyl down. That's not even a question. Other Descent Scriveners. Now I think we are actually going to go ahead and come back and grab Gauge to the Past. Indeed. Then we run these fools down. Even if Lucar is not part of it. Auto-resolve kills those two units. You know it wouldn't. But you know what, for the sake of time, and because I am going to call the guide here, we've defeated all of our kind of early game foes. No, Oxyl isn't completely down, but his army is defeated and we have time to come back over, and now that Kairos is here, there's really not a lot he can be expected to do either. He can't recruit. That's concerning. We'll pick up the Blazing Squealers at the very least. And Kairos can deploy anywhere he wants. The Blazing Squealers will be helpful. We'll continue to drop those cooldowns, and man, it's really unfortunate we don't have any more buildings for... So they haven't gone ahead and done the rework for Tzeentch, where you have the split buildings. The Infernal Citadel is the only thing you can get, and if you have Champions of Chaos, it does allow you to recruit your different Marauders. So the Marauders with Axe and Shield, and then the Marauders with Spears, which those will work out fine for you. But here for your demons, your normal demons, you can't even summon because Tzeentch hasn't undergone the settlement rework. That's crazy. Yeah, Tzeentch needs some help. Deeply. Alright, so that is what we are going to consider the end for this guy. Do we have a full army with Kairos? No. Are we a little bit on the back foot? Also, yes. But what we have going on is we are throwing in the Slither of Potential. Allows us to recruit up some blue horrors. And then you kind of just have to lure in some of Oxyal's forces. The Lizards can recruit up a bunch of troops really quickly, and with all that upkeep reduction here on Legendary, you're going to have to draw some of them in, especially if they claim the crevasse from you. If you manage to hold the line there, then you have a much better time, but all you really need to do is get a full army with Kairos, lure them away from the crevasse if possible, and if not, as long as they don't have walls here, you can take the settlement easily enough. This is just Skinks and then 2-3 units of Saurus. Skinks don't even pose a threat. Saurus are the only thing you really have to worry about, especially with all of your crazy spells we have now with Kairos and all of the extra spell mastery we have. It shows us here 120%, and that's not counting when Lucar is added. as well. So you've got yourself a pretty decent position. Yes, you've lost your capitalism. This makes me so cross I keep mentioning it. But even with the loss of the capital, it's not going to take that much to take down the army and then just kind of keep pushing them back. Once you have Kairos in the fight, you are truthfully in pretty good shape. And if you want to get another lord recruited up over here in the Loyal's Palace, just because you don't have anything else, probably not a bad idea. So we'll go ahead and grab a Lord of Metal that has extra Tzeentch corruption. And have him sprint over here that we have an extra hero in the fight itself. So thank you all so much for stopping on by today's Kairos Fate Weaver Legendary Guide. This is a pretty tough one. But even here, like, we're not going to say it again, but you're in a good spot to push the enemy back. Next up, and finally for the Monogods, we are going to be headed into Khorne's realm to learn how best to claim victory as Scarbrand up here in the Thunderdome. Then after that, we are going to move on to the Demons of Chaos and the 2 Ogre factions, and that's all for the Warhammer 3 base game factions. From there, it's going to be up to you all which faction we dive into next. I have a vote for Khalida. Khalida's campaign is very, very difficult on Legendary, so that might be a good one for me to try to figure out for our next bit in the series. But thanks all once again for stopping on by. If you enjoyed, please do remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the sub though, and I'll see you all fine folk in the next one.